Hey, this is Neil. It's May 8th, 2024, and I'm going to show a little bit of the new MVP JS with the dialog and aborting downloads, which is something I promised in a previous video. This is just going to be a quick development brush up though, because it's been a long day and I'm a little tired. So what we have here now is the ability to cancel. So let me go to our upload container. And this is just in the main Pico MVP. I've created a cancel button now, and the cancel button uses this abort controller and aborts, and I'm assigning this using the upload container signal and then my upload video function knows to use the signal when it goes to process any kind of either XHR or fetch event. So this uses the fetch magic in the background, so it passes the signal along. So let's go ahead and see that work. So if you take a very large file and you try to upload it, it's okay, this is taking too long, I'm going to cancel. Boom, it cancels it. And right now I don't have nice handling whereby it will cancel and then delete the video and refresh the element. So that's not there, but you can see the concept is sound there. And we also have this implemented in a slightly different way, because I wanted to try out a few other ways to do this in the survey response. So here I'm going to take a survey response.
Hey Ralph, want my burger and fries? I want pizza.
Okay, and then I'm just going to cancel. I don't even know if I hit that fast enough. Canceling upload, yep. And so that is how we cancel it there. And to look at that code, the thank you dialog is really simple, right? It just has a progress meter and a cancel button. And so what we've done a little bit differently here is when we pop up the dialog, the thank you dialog, we check for the response if it's the cancel button, and if it is, then we abort. And you can see here right before I start the dialog, I use the again, and I'll touch on that, and I create a new controller, because every time you abort, right, that controller is sort of done, it's signaled, you can't unabort that. And then I set the signal on the dialog object, the, which then gets passed in here. And when the dialog closes is when we check to see how it closed. Well, if I closed it by clicking cancel, then I abort. Otherwise, if the upload completes naturally and I just close it here, then this doesn't get executed, it doesn't abort. The is a new function in MVP.js that is sort of a magic thing that puts together a lot of stuff for you. And so I've done a lot of testing today around this, and what the does is it takes the element and absorbs all of the properties from it and populates a JavaScript object. So then you can more easily work with it. So any unique element, just by tag name, you can refer to it. So in this case, I can refer to progress. And just like with the identify function and the element finding, you can also find stuff through other means. So if I set small area label equals status, then I can also set here the pop-up status and set the inner text to something. So it's a really useful way to work with dialogues, because they're kind of an amalgamation of a little bit of UI components and input components. So if I wanted to add an input component here, I could start with just input, and I could say the pop-up input, sorry, all caps, because it uses tag name. Can't type this evening. Value equals fine. So it's just a really automagic way of working with elements and through a JavaScript object. And then there's a special E element, sorry, property that refers to the element of that, the DOM element. So then you can add event listeners and all that kind of good stuff. And so I've kind of started to use that throughout MVP.js, and it's worked out really well. I mean, this scratch, I've created a bunch of funky things in here, and it's pretty easy to work with. And so I'll probably talk about that in another video. But that's it for me tonight. I'm pooped.